Good evening, everyone. My name is Monique Magar, and I'm currently a law student at the University of Notre Dame. I was actually one of you 5 whole years ago, so it's my honor to share some words with such an impressive, inspiring, and well-rounded group. Here we are today, the Coptic Education Foundation and Coptic Outreach Organization Annual Merit Award Ceremony. Congratulations on graduation, on so successfully finishing one chapter of your life and embarking upon another successful road ahead. To be honest and candid, and I plan on being both in the words I'm about to share, when I was your age and at UCLA, it took me a while to understand that the big classrooms and picturesque college campus was my reality. It wasn't a dream, it was real. What was my reality then, and what is yours now? Well, allow me to introduce the many experiences you will have these next 4 exciting years. I know this will happen to you because the Bible told me so. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us the times you will encounter. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to weep and a time to laugh. Soon to be freshmen, there will be a time to weep for that naive high school graduate who is growing up, and a time to laugh with your friends until your stomachs hurt and you just can't breathe anymore. A time to gain and a time to lose. There will be a time to gain your identity and a time to lose your hesitations to be different. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to keep your morality despite the alternative ways of others, and a time to throw away those others who impede upon your morality. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to keep silence when listening and then reflection, and a time to speak in those late-night conversations picking at your brain when you really should be studying. To everything, there is a season. Seasons pass, they come and go. The situations around us change. Some of us will have different seasonal calendars. Some will have gradual transitions between their life seasons. Others will have very obvious transformations and adjustments. But I promise you one thing. The person you are today will be different from the person you are in a year from today, and that person different from the person you will be 5 years from now. Now is the time to appreciate the new season before you. This summer before college season will be followed by the first month of freshman year season, and so the seasons turn. Embrace them. My words of advice are things that I picked up along the way. What I'm about to say, I apply to your life and mine the same. I had to dig up these words from the bottom of my heart when I was asked to do this. It's a big deal, so focus with me. All right. Fear nothing. Be still and know God is with you. Your experiences in the seasons are abundant. Make every moment of every life season matter. Your life means something when you live it as a sacrifice to the man who sacrificed his life for you. There will be seasons when we doubt, seasons when we are tempted, but what separates us from the rest is Christ. Sharif insisted that I share my personal experiences, and I just do what he says. So here's a story from law school. After reading some of your applications, I have a strong feeling that most of you want to pursue graduate schooling, and you'll likely encounter a situation similar to mine in undergraduate as well. So here it is. As a first-year law student, I had to take a legal writing class. For my first semester, we had a huge memorandum worth 80% of our grade. It counted as our final and was closed universe, meaning we got our fact pattern, a bunch of cases, and that was all we could use. Absolutely nothing else. No internet, no help from anyone. The honor code even forbade us from talking about it. I finished my memo and was satisfied. That so quickly vanished and turned into deep anxiety when I discovered that one writing professor told his class the final memo contained 2 issues, and my finished memo only had 1. I didn't see 2 issues. In the law world, that's a really big deal and makes an enormous difference. That could essentially distinguish an A paper from a D paper. Just the fact that I knew it was supposed to be 2 issues was considered cheating because we weren't supposed to be talking about it at all. I tried to ignore that I would turn in a grade D paper in less than a few hours. I went to the computer lab to print out my memo so I could proofread it for the 11th time, grabbed the papers in the printing tray, and went home. That night, in the privacy of my apartment, alone, I discovered that I had accidentally taken another student's 2-issue memo from the printing tray. Mine had been on top, theirs on the bottom. I turned the 2-issue memo upside down and sat not knowing what to do with myself. I remember that day so clearly. It was the feast of St. Philippa Mercurius. I prayed, cried my heart out, tore up that 2-issue memo, cried some more, prepared myself for the worst grade, and didn't sleep one wink that night. I told myself that if I got a bad grade, I did well, thank God, and didn't get the job I wanted just because of that ugly letter on my transcript, I would be proud of it, and live to tell my children that story. Well, dearest grandchildren, now is the time to decide who you will be when absolutely no one is looking. Now is the time when you can eat in class, when attendance is rarely taken, and when your life is no longer dictated by a ringing bell. Now is the time to stand firm in the faith and to believe your efforts will always be rewarded. Not later. Believe this is true now. Now is the time to work hard, play hard, meet all kinds of wonderful people in this marvelous network of humanity. Share God's love with them. Pray the Igbe in between classes. Talk with Christ on your drives or walks to campus. My time at UCLA was the best time of my life. My best friends today are the ones that I saw, and still do, see Christ in. They are the ones I went to liturgy morning weekday liturgies with, served Coptic Club with. They were the ones who wore galabeyas with me around campus, pretending to be Egyptian foreign exchange students. It was glorious. That was the life. Enjoy every moment. These next few years will shape you. Get involved in service. Develop exercise regimes and new eating habits. You are independent enough now. I told you just a few reasons why the college years were the absolute best of my life. Just because they were the best doesn't mean they were the easiest. Success isn't by chance. It comes with hard work and utilizing what Christ has blessed you with to the maximum of their capacity. With that in mind, you can create whatever you strive to be. That is so powerful. Toughen out the storms. They will pass. On the brink of a stress attack, recognize that things can always be worse, and it really isn't that serious. Besides, taking a break every now and then will make you study better. Enjoy the all-nighters and the sleeping ins, and remember, getting that A- instead of that A because you didn't cheat when you so easily could have is more than worth it. Your classmates are your colleagues, not your competitors. Do your best, let Christ do the rest. And never, are you listening? Never ever reduce your worth to a mere letter grade. God grades on the cross and not on the curve. Be that mark. Be that person who stands apart, who lives a sober life and enjoys it much more than the drunkards. Be that person to say, God bless you, when someone sneezes. Be the one to smile at the person who is so obviously having a bad day. Be that person who touches the lives of everyone they come into contact with. Be that Christian. Remember this now and in every season of your life. You are not created haphazardly. Each and every one of you has a special mission that no one else is designed to do except for you. May Christ bless every gift and every moment of every season your life brings forth, for every purpose under heaven.